Hello, crackheads, and welcome back to Square Eye Syndrome. I'm Ben Gilman. As always, I'm joined by a man who recently my dad just told me that my family surname used to be Hill. Don't know if we're related. It's Tom Hill.
My God, I hope not.
You've got to check your family tree for a Gilman somewhere, sir. A man who's watching the watch still, but my question is, who's watching him? It's Dan Rudd.
Qui custodiat ipsos custodes.
Okay. And a man who I'm going to be very honest is a lot more handsome when he shaves his beard and he doesn't look like a homeless person. It's Troy Salmon.
Oh, he does have a point.
You're still a 5, but it's not a bad thing. No, I'm joking, bro. I'm glad you got rid of like the homeless look you were going for.
Yeah, I'm back to a 10, guys. I'm back to a 10.
You've gone from Eric Rowan to a Randy Orton.
I like that analogy. I like that.
Sean Spears.
Oh, Sean Spears. Oh, that's a nice one too. I'll take it.
Your bush was defying gravity at one point. That's all I'm just saying. But anyway, how are we all doing today?
I'm doing very well. What about you, sir?
I'm okay. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I can't complain too much. What about you guys?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad.
Sorry, today's a different day. They're all blending into each other.
I get that feeling since the last year has been like that. It's like, what did you do today? I stayed in my house. Cool. The conversation is dead now, really. Oh yeah, I just want to say thank you. We've smashed past 5,000 downloads on the audio platforms, Spotify, obviously. We're already speaking to 6K. So I just want to say to all the new viewers, hope you like what you hear and you stick about. Thank you for all the support. Thank you very much.
Can I just add to that on a personal level?
Sure. Go ahead.
For again, anyone who decided to come along and follow me personally off the back of this, thank you very much. A couple of the platforms I'm on have shot up recently. TikTok's a lot easier to get followers and stuff on, but yeah, that's shot up as well. I'm up to something like 14k views or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd like to mirror that as well, to be honest, because my subscribers flipping shot to pieces. So it went right up. I was like, damn, where did those subscribers come from? It's crazy. But yeah, when anyone's helping me out, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think it's basically come from this audience. So
I think it has, to be honest.
From all of us for everything we're doing. Cheers for supporting us.
Yeah.
And Tom's just happy to be here.
Yeah, I don't moonlight on any other shows, so I'm just here and doing my thing.
This is we have exclusive contract with Tom.
Yes. Yes. He's not independent contractor like us. No.
For some reason, when Dan says TikTok, I just imagine him in hot pants doing a dunk.
I was surprised when he said TikTok. That surprised me.
Give me time, Jesus. Everything at once, Ben.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Well, so we're gonna start with Dan because Dan decided to be the canary going down the mine this week. The first one up, Dan, Mr. Rog, what is on your mind? What would you like to talk about?
I have two things to talk about today. One is that the way you have that list of TV shows that you're going to enjoy when you get round to sitting down and watching all of them in one go, but until you get round to that, you're not going to watch any of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, one of those for me was Stranger Things, and I got round to it.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, as I thought I would end up thinking off the back of this, even more so than I thought I would end up thinking, because I thought I'd have some issues with it. This is just a powerhouse of a show.
Incredible.
This is absolutely brilliant. This carries all of that, the magic of E.T.
Yeah.
This carries all of that and all the creepiness of Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh yeah.
In a show which is filled with incredibly well thought out characters who are all acted fantastically. I cannot think of a weak link in that cast at all for the characters they're playing.
Nope.
They're great. Every single, from main characters right down to the most minor. They're fucking brilliant at what they're doing, and hats off to them. Particular David Harbour. Like, he is absolutely freaking brilliant.
So good. So good.
As Jim Hopper, the chief of Hawkins Police Department. Oh, he is just a class character. Yeah, I started watching it. The first season, it took me about an episode and a half before I was actually hooked on the first season.
Okay.
The whole mystery about 11, the way that they build up sort of the answer without giving you it, but then when you look back on it, it's almost too perfect.
So good. So good.
The way that they set up a whole pile of huge successes by consistently providing failures for the main characters. Like, what's his name? The guy who's like the rival to the main teen lad's character in terms of love in the first season. And he loses a fight in the first season. And he loses a fight in the second season. And then the third season. And it's a big one, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah.
Who's your favorite character? Who's your favorite character then? Jim Hopper, you said.
Honestly, Jim Hopper. Honestly, I want to go for beer with that guy. I really.
So good, so good. But it's going to be a bit different when he goes next season, if you know where it's going.
Careful.
I don't know where it's going, but I have ideas, and I hope it's not the end of certain storylines.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much, and I mean, most people have seen it, and you'll know what I mean if you've seen it, and if you haven't, then you won't. So I'm not spoiling it for you because everyone really needs to watch this.
I was about to watch it this weekend, funny enough, so that's a bit funny, the time.
Bro, get on it, bro.
I've got to do it.
It's absolutely fantastic. The second season basically just gives you a change of pace on certain things and continues to build this world, this amazing world. The third season does the same thing. It's a bit more difficult, the difficult third season kind of thing. And it handles it fantastically. The third season wasn't quite as widely critically acclaimed as the first two. But honestly, I think that's just because the third season is difficult. It's not because it was actually any worse. And I think where they're going with how they've set up for the fourth season, who knows? The one thing I'm really confused about is how a bunch of barely teenage kids and their almost adult friends might be able to somehow manage to actually get to Russia. You know what I mean? Like, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at in terms of how wide the scope is the next season? And what's going to happen? And are we going to see an even more of an evolution of, the main monster things?
Yeah.
Like,
the upside down. Yeah.
And that one character who I definitely think they still need to be there.
Hold on. The upside down, that sounds like a sexual position in a Kama Sutra.
I knew you were going there with that, Ben. I knew you were going there with that. I knew it.
The opinions of Ben Gilman. Fill in the blanks.
Oh, disclaimer.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk too much about it in terms of any details. I just
Yeah.
want to say my opinion of this entire show is the story's not done. It has plenty left to run on it. And I think they're leading up to a really nice, satisfying conclusion on this.
Yeah. They are.
It's got all of the really good hallmarks where if they don't, like, if there isn't some sort of, the Hollywood pressures or the political game gets involved and
Exactly.
ruins it, it will be just beautiful. But yeah, I don't have much more time to talk, so I just want to say one other thing, which I watched all of, which was, I'm sorry, anyone who doesn't like them, but another anime.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's called Devilman Crybaby.
Okay. Devilman Crybaby. All right.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Devilman Crybaby is a very, very dark anime. It starts dark, it gets darker, which is really annoying.
Okay.
I know one thing: Devilman is not a crybaby.
It does not do things like, there's certain parts of it where you can see the symmetry and there's a nice bit of symmetry, but so much of the context and the surrounding bullshit that's going on just, it doesn't involve you. It's basically an apocalypse story,
Yeah.
but it doesn't let you in on it being an apocalypse story right at the beginning. But by the time you get halfway through the series, you can tell that it's still trying to stop you from thinking it is an apocalypse story, but it's an apocalypse story.
So it tries to keep you
And it's
self-contained. Then.
still trying to trick you, and you're like, it's just, it's kind of stupid.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sure a lot of people worked really hard on it. There was a lot of effort went into it, but it gets let down. And the art style kind of doesn't work with the story too well either. And you have to kind of keep shifting art styles, and it takes away from the suspension of disbelief. It's probably the most meh anime that I've seen that was trying to be epic.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And when we get to the penultimate episode and the thing that sets up the final battle happens, I'm like, I saw this 6 episodes ago. I saw exactly this happening, and I was like, that'd be far too cliche for this to just happen like this. And then it plays out scene by scene exactly the way the two rivals from the sports team who are trying to cooperate with each other in order to avert the danger, and the sort of feeling of inevitability about the danger itself and how it's all panic, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all very Lord of the Flies-ish, and it's like, nah, not for me.
So that's not your kind of thing. All right. Got you.
Not for me at all.
Fair enough.
So yeah, my sort of score out of 42, because that's the number everyone likes, right? Score out of 42 would be a 9.
Oh, wow.
So is it a Bill Hicks quick capsule review level?
It's close. If you are a massive anime fan and you really like the process behind anime, and you like looking in depth at the choices that the animators and the writers and the sound engineers all make and all of that sort of stuff, it's still worth a watch. But you have to be that interested.
Okay.
If you're not that interested, don't watch this. It's critically acclaimed. I don't know why. But just don't bother.
Yeah. I've been hearing all the good news about it. I'm like, oh, is it that good? I was like, I don't know.
It's not.
Me some time.
I was going to watch it as well, but the way Dan's talking about it, I'm like, I'll check it out though still, but yeah.
Mm.
It's just like, all right.
Anyway, that's all I really had for this week. Is if you haven't watched Stranger Things, like I hadn't until recently, don't be an idiot like me. Watch it. And yeah, if you were thinking about watching Devilman Crybaby, it's not really all that worth it. Go and watch something like So I'm a Spider, So What instead.
I'm an idiot. I haven't watched it. I need to sort this out.
Oh man, don't worry, man. Soon enough.
At least I've given you a boot up the arse about it.
Yeah, you have.
Straight up the arse.
Yeah. Fair play.
For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. Right, so you don't. I'm never attempting that accent ever again.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry to anyone from that island, from Ireland or Northern Ireland. I do apologise for that accent. I'm just gonna go.
Just while you're ready, you can apologise for the Scottish one as well, man.
What, you're right.
I don't apologise to Scotland. It's fine. I think my Scottish accent's pretty good. I think
that's because you have no idea about a Scottish accent in the nicest possible way, man.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that is pretty much the nicest possible way.
Yeah,
pretty much. Just be blunt with it. So I'm watching. I'm just gonna go. I watched the Charm reboot. Yeah, I'm joking. That was
I was about to say, you son of a gun.
I was just looking out my window to see where the hell had frozen over then.
April Fools. Yeah, that was last week's gimmick. I do apologise. No, in all seriousness, I was watching a anime that's just turned up on Netflix called The Way of the Househusband.
Right.
Okay.
He knows what that is. Good. Okay. So it's basically, I've only watched a couple of episodes. It's like a very short 60-minute anime comedy about a man who's now ex-Yakuza living at home being a house husband. It's very short. So obviously, Dan and Troy may be used to very within an episode of a Japanese anime comedy, they might cut like 3 or 4 stories together very quickly, like for 3 or 4 minutes, and then they move to another story.
Yep.
Like rapid fire, bang bang. This is what this one does.
Yeah.
6. So, like, no gag lasts more than 2 minutes. It's all so far. It's okay. I mean, it's a Netflix exclusive. I was really looking forward to it. I'm trying to put my finger on why I'm smiling at it and not laughing at it, because it's a great idea for an anime. I feel like it's not going far enough. The animation quality is unique, but I don't know. It's not doing it for me. I'm smiling at it, but I thought I would be pissing my pants laughing. I mean, the thought of a guy, the ex-Yakuza boss, getting chased after by other Yakuza, and then they find out he's gone to go and have a fight in a clothes shop with women over the sales for his wife is quite funny. It should be funnier. It's just, I don't know what it's missing. I don't think it's leaning into the Yakuza side so much.
Yeah.
But the problem is, instead of doing like a couple of skits in an episode, they're doing it way too quickly. 6 or 7 an episode is too much. So I'm struggling at the moment. It's going to be really short.
Almost like a Twitter anime.
Yeah. It's got the attention span of a hyperactive dog. Or, I don't know, like a goldfish. It's got the attention span of a goldfish.
This is the animator show go-to.
I mean, it's not terrible. I just not laughing at it like I did. If you guys remember, I was talking about an anime on here a couple of months ago. Like, I think before Dan joined, maybe back last year, sorry. And it was really good and it made me laugh really hard. This one, go check it out. It might get better later, but I think I've accepted it for what it is, and I'm now judging it on that. I just don't think there's a second season in it because they're blowing through all the scenarios really quickly, and instead of building up to a punchline, they just they don't have punchlines. It's just, I don't know. And thankfully, my wife can always fill in some stuff if it's Japanese culture. I don't always know 100%, so it's good to watch it with her because then I can, if I don't get a joke, she can fill me in, and then I can laugh 5 seconds later, like you do at people that aren't funny. Fake laugh. So there's that one. And I wanted to talk
So you're saying that quite possibly it's a culture divide that's actually stopping you from getting it?
No, I don't think it's funny. I've talked to my wife, and she doesn't think it's as funny as we thought it was going to be. I think it's kind of, I've checked online, the fans are feeling it's a little bit soft. They thought it would be funnier. The trailers made it out to be funnier than it was. Maybe because it's just the first couple of episodes, but the laughs aren't as funny as I thought they'd be. So we'll keep trying it. It's not terrible. Try it. Let me know what you guys think. What else was I going to talk about? Yes, I was going to talk about a old show. I think you're all going to know what it is. Reboot.
Okay, classics.
The animation is but ugly now. Would you like to explain it, Troy?
Oh my days! I kid you not, I could not explain it to you right now. All I can say is it's an old school, 3D almost. These people are all basically 90% blue, color blue. It's almost like let's see, how to explain it. It's almost like a technologically advanced, kind of like a Alice in Wonderland type of thing. It's really weird. It's weird.
It's
a weird
basically Toy Story, but
it's weird.
It's kind of Transformers, Power Rangers,
Clash.
but
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
weird.
Universally, like it's definitely for young.
Yeah, it's for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nostalgic for me because it connected at me at the right age, I think. It's pretty good. Still, the writing's pretty strong.
I had the toys as well. I had the toys, by the way, when I was younger.
I've seen the movie that Hollywood did. Oh dear, they completely fucking missed the point of it, didn't they?
They made a movie of it. What?
Yeah, there's a reboot, and it farted out into cinemas. I've seen the trailer. I took one look at it. It's not even the concept of an online world. It's not even like the show. It's I mean, come on, you got to love a show that its main character is called Bob. It just the first couple of seasons was with Bob trying to stop. I can't remember the bad guy.
What's the villain's name? I had the toy. I had a massive head of him, and it opened up. And it had like a world.
Blue. It's not the witch. The witch was creepy. There was a woman villain. Yeah, Troy's helping me out on this one. Can you tell I have no idea what I was going to talk about this week? So yeah, Reboot is really good. It's more like a Cubal land in the virtual world, and they have to beat the game. Otherwise, if I'm correct, it does delete something. It takes a part. If someone doesn't win the game, it takes that part of the world and destroys it. Right? Am I correct, Dan?
I think it was Megabyte. There we go. That's his name.
I can't remember enough about it. I can just remember that kind of same as you. I was around at the right time for this show.
It's like the Matrix. Basically, what it was. Viruses.
Yeah, and I do remember after 2 seasons, they made the younger characters grow up, and they were the main characters. They changed it up, and it got really dark. I remember that.
Yeah, it did get dark. Yeah, it did.
But it's really good all through. It has not aged at all well. At all. But
no, I can't believe you brought Reboot. I can't believe it. It's a classic.
Well, I found it on YouTube the other day, and I thought, well, this is my show for this week because it's just fun. It's fun watching old shows. The writing's really good. The characters are deep for a kid's show. Now kids shows don't have this type of writing, I don't think, here in this country at least.
Yeah, nowhere near that great.
Back in the day, like, you had proper characters that you could relate to, and they weren't pandering.
Queen's Nose.
Yes.
Oh,
Remember the
bro.
Queen's Nose.
Yeah.
Queen's Nose, Bernard Watch, all that stuff.
It made the 50p pence look sexy. It made you the must-have successor in the playground, like you're pretending that you can make a wish to set your teachers on fire. So, like, yeah, the Queen's Nose. Now, there's a good show. But yeah, Reboot. It's on YouTube. But avoid the movie because it looks absolutely awful.
The movie is trash.
I mean, like, they didn't even try. I mean, I'm trying to think of a movie. It's basically, like Dragon Ball when Hollywood got Dragon Ball.
Oh, please don't say that.
No. That's what they've done to it. They've completely stripped it of everything that was Reboot and just ignored it. That's it. It's Dragon Ball.
Oh my gosh.
Don't go watch it. But watch Reboot, the show, because it's really good. I know I'm not done really well selling it, but it's got a good soundtrack, really good orchestra score as well. I can see characters, but I can't remember names. So yeah, that's me. It's a British show.
Especially if you have the kind of kid who gets bored of shows easily and you need something new to show them, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, and you can blind their eyes with how horrendous the CGI is aged, and then they got nothing to see, and then you can just sit them in front of a quiet room, and they can't see anymore. So it's a win-win for parents.
The opinions of Ben Gilman.
Oh
gosh,
that's our first bit of merchandising that.
Oh god.
Is Tom around?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay, bro. What would you like to go next?
Hey, either way, I'm fine.
Or have you got any additional thoughts to add to what's already gone on between me and Dan that you would like to add?
No, I'm just sitting back and enjoying, man.
Okay.
Loving it.
He's gone to sleep. He's the old man of the podcast, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair play. Okay.
I heard the word.
I don't think we have arguments here.
No arguments, no.
Sometimes the opinions of Ben Gilman are the opinions.
Sometimes they're correct.
No, I have been listening intently, but I don't have a huge amount to say on anime stuff, so I kind of let you guys, who are the ones who are knowledgeable, go at it. I really enjoy it, and I'm enjoying learning more and more about anime, but
He's a nanny head.
it's not my subject, so I kind of step back and let you guys go.
Next month when we do that Japanese TV special, I'm looking forward to what you've picked.
Well, I will tell you right now what I've picked if you want.
No. Hold on to it. Lock it away into early May, bro. Please. Hold on to that because I want to be surprised.
Well, no, I'm not going to change what I'm saying. I'll tell you what it is, but
I don't want to know until we get to the recording. I want to be surprised. Right. Okay, so Troy or Tom, which one of you lads would like to go next?
Units. Okay, I'll kick it off for this one.
Go.
Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Right.
So, okay. So what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna talk about The Walking Dead. Okay, catch up real quick.
Wake me up when.
Yeah, go on. Walking Dead. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic horror, as you know. We got my boy Rick as the main character. Obviously, he hasn't seen him since in the last couple of seasons, but he's been out doing a spin-off. A movie's gonna come, by the way, down the line. But anyone who's seen who even knows about The Walking Dead, zombie apocalypse, the usual stuff. 10 seasons in. And literally the last couple of seasons I've been doing. Oh my days, it's been a bit slow. It's been a bit slow.
Like a zombie,
mind you, like a zombie. There you go, like a zombie. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Better like that. Yeah. Nudge. All right. So basically, as you know, anyone's seen like ninth season, eighth season. Negan, the main villain of the show, but he's become an anti-hero now. He's kind of mellowed out, as you know. He's kind of joined the group, integrated a little bit. Obviously, people still hate him because he's killed, literally, spoilers, a majority of the main crew. Anyone knows Walking Dead knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, so there's the Negan under subplot right now, and we've just kind of got away from the Whisperers. So
What?
the Whisperers were that main characters of like literally last season.
I think that's when I stopped reading the comics.
Yeah.
So
still
around
like
Negan, I don't think I got up to the Whisperers. There was people dressed up in zombies.
Exactly.
Is that them?
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, that's why I came off, because I got bored, because it was just more bad people after bad. Like,
yeah, because you had the governor, all that stuff. Yeah,
I came off.
No, I get it, because some people literally just fell off. They were like, "Oh my gosh, another big bad after Negan. Who can get better than Negan, right?" So then they kind of brought the Whispers in, and they were kind of like the first time they introduced him in the show. It was so cool, because literally I had a girl that I know. She was watching it the same, because I told her, "Hey, watch Walking Dead," and then she started watching The Walking Dead. Then she got to the Whisperers.
Which girl?
This girl I know from where I work.
Okay.
It's called Jess.
I thought it was like an ex-girlfirriend. It's just.
I'm not going to comment on that. But
it's not Tara, for crying out.
I do know another Tara. Yeah. But anyway, let's not get into that. So we're gonna keep going on the Whispers right now. All right. So as Ben said before, they wear like they kind of cure the zombie skin, and they kind of wear it like for a mask to kind of blend in with the other walkers, as they call them in the show, the zombies. And they just go ham. They start picking off people one by one. It was awesome. It was good though, Ben. If you actually saw these orchestrated, it was so good.
Okay.
But yeah, the Whisperers are kind of interesting. You had the main walker, well, the main Whisperer. She was from, I never remember her name, because her name, she's a popular actor. She starred in Minority Report. She was one of the psychics. The main one.
Oh, yeah, I know when you mean. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, her, yeah. So she was in period pieces sometimes.
She's the one who Tom Cruise takes out of the.
Yes.
She's one of the sidekick women. Sidekick.
Yeah.
She played Agatha.
Agatha. There we go.
I can't remember the name of the actress. It's Sarah. Is it Sarah somebody? Something like that.
Yeah, but
she's about Tom Cruise. Well done, Katie.
But she's a great actor. She's stunning. She's an amazing actor, by the way. Yeah, she becomes the main Whisperer, and that she plays so menacing so well. She's out here just blackmailing, that's just completely dominating people, just like, I am your queen, your master. I just got that Southern accent as well. That Southern accent was on point.
Why does it sound like you're coming?
Troy, I need to step in. It's Samantha Morton.
Oh yes, there we go. Okay,
Troy, I also need to step in. Yeah. Southern where? I couldn't quite get.
The South, the deep South, in the Southern accent, in America. That kind of thing.
Oh,
that kind
America.
Of thing. Yeah, that kind of deep South. You know what I'm saying? The South. You know what I'm saying? Kind of Mississippi, those kind of places. No?
Your South certainly sounds like it's in your pants.
You know, the mouth to the South. You know,
it's not a bad South accent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
I'm coming in my pants. The way.
Oh, come on, Ben. Come on. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. See, you know, Tommy's just going off the rails again. Okay. But yeah, back to Walking Dead. So the Whisperers are kind of died out now, because they've kind of like taken down most of the big bads for now, and it's kind of gone back to Negan. So what they've done the last couple of episodes, they've kind of focused on certain character arcs or certain people for episodes. So each episode, maybe you have a character called Gabriel, who's a priest, and a character called Aaron, who's lost his arm, and they kind of play off each other for an episode. And then they might focus on a Maggie, who Glenn was her husband, and Negan, spoilers, killed him. And they kind of play off that Negan-Maggie situation that's going to be probably massive for next season. That's going to be huge. I think it's going to be the main storyline, because Negan literally has gone back to his old ways. He might be in quotation marks right now, so we don't know, because he's found his bat, because he's lost his bat for the last couple of seasons. So he's found his bat, and he's kind of gone off the rails again.
Wait, hold on. His whole character arc is he lost his bat.
He lost his bat, and he's kind of integrated because Rick stopped him.
What's he been doing for 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, he's been integrating, you know. He's been integrating. He's been like joining the group, you know what I'm saying? Joining the cause, you know. He's kind of had a change of heart.
Right. Troy.
Yeah.
I need to know, is Norman Reedus still in this?
Norman Reedus, yes. Daryl is still here. Daryl's still here. Yes, he is.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
See,
him and Carol. Come on, the ultimate combination right there, the ultimate tag
See,
team.
that's the thing. I haven't watched much of the show, but I know Norman Reedus is in it, and so I will
Yes.
get around to watching it.
Yes, and
Just
you know what?
he's a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. But at the same time, they do give him an episode just dedicated to him about him just seeing a woman at some point. So they kind of give him a love interest for that episode.
What's his face off of Teachers?
Andrew Lincoln.
The pervert from Love Actually.
Yeah, fine guy. I'd just like to say to Norman Reedus, though, if you're listening to this, bruv, if you ever take my wife, because she's got a thing for him, I'm going to kick his ass.
Oh, is it? Oh, snap. Okay.
Oh, your wife has
AJ Styles looking motherfucker. I'd come in.
He's going in. Norman Reedus, the opinions of Ben Gilman. Come on now. All right, okay.
That's Zac Efron. Those two motherfuckers.
I do believe the Monseigneur's finally getting the point.
Right?
Yeah, so that's The Walking Dead. I can't say anymore. You're making me laugh too much now. But yeah, so The Walking Dead is literally is so good right now. It's kind of gearing back up again for the last season because it's gonna be the final season next season, season 11.
Oh,
So
really?
so it's gearing up for that. So it kind of gave Negan that kind of twist to kind of push him towards the last season. I think he's going to do something
I
big.
might leave watching it then until all of the series are out, and then actually watch it.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Tom, you're going to be dead before that happens, brother. It will never stop.
No, but it's going to be finishing.
It's got one series left, man.
One left.
That's a fairly chilling indictment of my health that you've just made.
No, I literally thought it was going to go on for another 30, 40 years. I thought they were never going to end Walking Dead.
No, I thought that as well, but then no, they're going to do spin-offs as well because they've already done one spin-off, as I said before. Walking Dead, World Beyond with the kids, Fear the Walking Dead with Morgan. He's got his own show with them.
Oh god!
So spin-offs everywhere.
It's just more zombies. Stop it! Just let it. Jesus Christ! I mean, Tom, don't worry. If you ever have it all help, we'll just get a Patreon from the fans.
But also
Disney in a cryo chamber. Right? Frost you once a week.
Wait. Also, there's going to be movies as well. Movies. Rick's going to have his own movies as well. So there's got a couple of movies in there too. Rick's character. So, yes.
When you were talking about wrestling, bro. I take it back.
There we go. Okay, so that's The Walking Dead done.
Let's not open that door, Ben.
Let's not the Pandora's box.
Let's shut that door now.
Okay, so that's The Walking Dead done. So I'm going to go do a really quick one for the second one. I've talked a lot on Walking Dead. So, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called City on the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you heard of it, Tom?
I know the name. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, literally, I just saw it the other day because I saw it on like season 2, but then I said, watch it from the start again. So I watched that episode 1 from the beginning. So it stars Kevin Bacon as like this dodgy FBI cop.
Oh, is he a dodgy F? Is he trying to sell EE?
No, he's not trying to sell EE.
Oh dear.
Oh, here we go.
I forgot he was an actor. Because
yeah, he's acting. Yeah, he's
a classic actor. Man.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor, but I forgot. I thought he was just selling out to EE, bro.
Oh, jeez. All right. Okay, so I'll do a rundown of a quick plot synopsis real quick. So the series is set in Boston in the early 1990s. So they kind of set it in 1989, where they kind of begin it. So the city is like rife with criminals, violence. So basically, it has like a quick writing on the screen where it says something went down. A guy called Stuart, he killed his wife, and he blamed the black guy for it. And his brother ratted him out, and he committed suicide. So that's where they kind of basically branch off from the story after that, because this kind of time around there, black people in the force or in lawyer positions or even judges got looked down upon. So there's this black guy played by Aldous Hodge. He plays DeCourcy in the show, and he's like this top lawyer trying to run for mayor, and he runs into Kevin Bacon character, who's called Jackie in the show. So the profanity and the the sexuality in the show, it reminded me of like a HBO show. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of a HBO show, and it literally was a HBO, but it reminded me so much of it. And he just runs around just sniffing coke all day, sleeping with people all day, and he goes into this Chinese place, and he's sleeping with this girl, and He walks out and then the mom just starts beating him. And I was dying the whole time. The cops are just laughing at him. And I'm cracking up the whole time. Like, this Kevin Bacon in the show is funny as heck. But you get the lawyer, so he tells the story of him being beaten up in the past, him and his family, and he's got one eye now. Apparently, his left eye is literally shot to pieces, like it's a wreck. So he wears this fake eye, so it looks like his normal eye, but at the same time, he pulls it out, it's like fake eye. So that's the way they kind of go with it. So Kevin Bacon's trying to teach the Corsi, the young lawyer, the ropes, how the city works, and trying to take down gangsters and criminals. Because he's the clean cut, like Aldous Hodges' character is the clean cut baby face, like in those kind of terms, he's the clean cut guy. Butter won't melt, like he has to take down the system. But Kevin Bacon's kind of teaching him because he's dodgy himself. He's an FBI guy, and he's just trying to teach him the ways. So yeah, so that's where City in the Hill kind of goes for me. It's a great show. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's a really good show. But yeah, I think you can see both the shows. So I think you can see City in the Hill on Amazon Prime. I think the first season is Amazon Prime. You can watch it on there as well. And second season, that's come out. That's on Showtime, so that's just been released. But the original season, Amazon Prime. There you go. All done for me.
Okay.
Sorry, I have two things to say.
Go on.
One is just because I have to get it out of me because it's running around in my head ever since you said something about a fake eye and I misheard it as Isekai. I'm thinking about his eye being reincarnated as an
Oh my god!
Right?
Okay.
But the other thing is I completely forgot to give my capsule review of Stranger Things along with Devilman Crybaby. I know everyone's going to know exactly what it is, but I just needed to point out for the audience that yes, it did get the vaunted The Answer out of 42.
Okay, got you.
So basically, what we're saying is that Stranger Things is the meaning of everything.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, it's at least a contender.
All right. Well, I never thought that was going to be the answer to life meaning. Universe.
Why would you not think the answer to what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything be Stranger Things?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Well made.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's a great show, but I don't know that far. Not bad, but... Well, yeah, who's there? Go on, Tom. What you got for us, Tom? Come on.
Well, it's my brother, most probably because of my family backline. Hill, from one hall to another. We'd like to finish this off.
Ben, I would like to tell you that my brother and I have done extensive family research. There are no Gilmans anywhere in our family.
Tom's just typing in right now, like...
Yeah, literally, as soon as you said that, I pulled up the family tree that we've been working on for the last 20 years and went, no, thank God for that. There's no Gilmans.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Okay.
So we're all good.
We're good. Okay.
Okay.
Cross-contamination.
So I had been contemplating talking about one show, but Troy has let me down by not actually having finished it yet.
Oh no! Oh yeah! I knew you were gonna get me on that. I knew you were gonna get me on that. I knew it.
I'm gonna do it every week until you've actually.
I know. It will.
So I'm gonna leave that for now because I want to actually have a proper conversation about that because it's so good.
Damn it! All right, got you.
So once you finished watching it, you and I will have a proper conversation on this podcast about that.
Okay,
show.
this week. All right, got you.
Okay, I'll be looking forward to it next week then.
All right.
Right. So because of that, I've in the past I've said that Ben and Troy particularly are Philistines for good classic TV. So I've decided once again to kind of go back to an old show that I think I would recommend to everybody.
Hold on, Philistines. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, I merely am expressing my opinion, and I'm saying that I've said that about you before. It's the exact terminology I used when we were talking about House of Cards. So
that's true.
Fine.
So I'm just repeating what I've said previously.
It's a good thing I don't give a fuck, but cool.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's his opinion. Tom's opinion. Like,
Dan, however, is less of a Philistine, but we will. He's still a Philistine to a degree, but he's not as bad. Anyway, right.
Oh, here we go.
So the show I'm going to talk about, it's a properly classic British sitcom. Once again, from it crossed most of the 80s. It was started in 1980. The first 3 seasons ran till 84. And then there was a sequel series in 86 to 88. It's a show called Yes, Minister. Any of you guys know this?
I've heard of the show.
You've heard of it?
I like my classics too, Tom. Don't worry, I ain't finished. I love my classics.
You have improved greatly.
No, I watch some old shows, man. Trust me, The Invisible Man, The Fugitive. I watch my old shows. I love them.
Yeah, oh no, The Fugitive's awesome, and
Yeah,
you
I
brought
love
that
my
up
shows.
a long time ago.
Heck yeah.
And you have my respect for the fact you brought The Fugitive up on this show, man.
Thank you.
If people don't know what you're doing, they don't know what you're doing wrong.
Right, so Ben, do you know this show?
Oh no, you're like the asshole. I've seen episodes and I did laugh a lot. So yeah, I love the show. From
Dan,
what I've seen of
you
it.
know the show, yes?
I love this show.
Brilliant. Okay, right. I'm going to get a couple of things out of the way. It is a little bit of its time. There are things in it that now look dated. It is slightly misogynistic. There's no racism in it, but there's a couple of points where they skirt closer than you would like. This is similar to what Fawlty Towers did with the Germans and things like that. It plays on stereotypes occasionally, but it's never been that kind. It's not a nasty show. It's mainly about incredibly good writing and brilliant acting. I mean, this is a cast of just flipping. Words fail me in describing how good the cast of Yes Minister are.
So good.
If Oscar Wilde was writing about 1980s politics, it wouldn't.
This is what it would be. Yes, it's true. It's absolute. And the trick was that the guys who wrote it had lots and lots of inside sources. So Anthony Jay and Jonathan Lynn had lots of friends who were in government, like backbenchers, who would tell them what departments actually were like and shit like that, which is why it was so realistic, because all the politicians used to sit down and go, how the hell do they know these are the conversations that we're having? Just made funnier. So the basic premise is you've got this guy, Jim Hacker, who is a career politician, and he's not the nicest of people. He's not a bad man, but he's very self-interested in terms of how many minutes on the news did I get, how many column inches have been written about me.
Yeah.
He's very much populist in that respect, and he's been made a minister in the department run by a guy called Humphrey Littleton. Humphrey Appleby, not Littleton. Sorry, I do apologise. Humphrey Littleton was a host of a show called I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, and a fantastic trumpeter. But one day I will talk about that, but that's not what we're talking about today. And the man's name has jumped out of my head.
Nigel Hawthorne.
Nigel Hawthorne. Thank you, sir. Nigel Hawthorne.
There we go.
Absolute legendary actor.
So
and
good.
obviously he was a proper theatre actor and did this show. And his comic timing is just so good. It's one of the most amazing things. And it deals with the idea that basically politicians want to get things done and the civil service want to hold them up as much as humanly possible. And then just as a politician's getting a handle on the way things are done, they usually get moved on to another department. Yeah. And so Humphrey Littleton's entire life is to make the minister feel like he's doing something effective whilst actually stopping him in his tracks at every turn. Yeah. You've then got Bernard Woolley, played by Derek Folds, I think it was, who's kind of the private secretary, and he's the role where he's kind of torn because he's actually a nice guy and he wants to help the minister, but his immediate boss is Sir Humphrey, and so it's his kind of, a lot of the audience's dilemma is played out through him. And it's all three of those actors, they are the core of the show and they are utterly brilliant. There's a supporting cast that's wonderful. They, like I say, it ran for 3 seasons. And the way they managed to work it is pretty much every single episode ended with the phrase "Yes, Minister." Yes, Minister. So sometimes it was Humphrey had won. Yes, Minister. Like really smug. And other times it was he'd had to back down. Yes, Minister. And it just.
I had to go and look it up, but I can't remember which episode it's from. But there's one bit from Sir Humphrey talking to Hacker.
Right.
I just had to look it up. I have to read it out. The identity of the official whose alleged responsibility for this hypothetical oversight has been the subject of recent discussion is not shrouded in quite such impenetrable obscurity as certain previous disclosures may have led you to assume. But not to put too fine a point on it, the individual in question is, it may surprise you to learn, one whom your present interlocutor is in the habit of defining by the means of the perpendicular pronoun.
Huh.
To which Hacker responds with, "I beg your pardon?" And Sir Humphrey responds with, "It was I."
All of that as well, just say this was I. That was so good.
Oh, so good.
I've seen Nigel Hawthorne the most though. I haven't seen it in a while. What he's been in.
Well, obviously Nigel Hawthorne's dead now, but
No, I'm saying like the stuff that I've seen him in. I haven't seen it so long ago.
yeah. But, I mean, amazing actor. I mean, if you see films like The Madness of King George,
that's what you got the Oscar for, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what he got the Oscar for. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But
Yeah.
I mean, he was already before he did Yes Minister. Anyway, at the end of season 3, they were kind of trying to decide whether to end the show or where could they go with it. And there was an episode called Party Games, where Jim ends up kind of being the middleman between two warring factions of who's going to take over as Prime Minister. And it ends up with them both being willing to compromise and him becoming Prime Minister.
Yes.
And they then had a 2-year hiatus, and then they brought the show back as Yes Prime Minister, where they basically set up the exact same routine. Humphrey had moved to being the cabinet minister, and so the relationship stayed as it was. And did very well. I think I had about 16 episodes of Yes Prime Minister, ran for a couple of years. Had, unusually as you do with a lot of these shows, had a similar amount of success to Yes Minister. Yeah. I mean, I rewatched a few episodes in the last week, and they still kill me every time. I laugh my ass off. I will come back to one of my absolute favourite things, which I will apologise beforehand, is slightly misogynistic, but it's one of my favourite quotes ever from the whole show.
Oh, God.
But in about 20... Sorry?
Prepare your butt cheeks.
In about 2011, I think, 2010, 2011, the writers actually brought it back as a stage show at the Gielgud Theatre with John Haig, I believe it was, playing Hacker, which was actually very, very good. The stage show is exceptionally good. They then tried to bring back the TV show using basically the script from the theatre show. Now, I quite enjoyed the TV show, but that's because I'd actually been and seen the show in the theatre, so I recognised where they were going with it, and it was just expanding on what they had in that show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of got roasted to hell by the critics. It still held the humour, but politics had moved on a bit, and it didn't really work as well as it used to.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to be as careful as I can about it. So there's one brilliant discussion in Yes Prime Minister where Sir Humphrey is trying to explain to the Prime Minister the role of what the newspapers do, and him coming back, and it's just this brilliant.
It's so good.
Yeah, so you've got the only way to understand the press is to remember that they pander to their readers' prejudices. And Hacker responds with, "Don't tell me about the press. I know exactly who reads the papers. The Daily Mirror is read by the people who think they run the country. The Guardian is read by people who think they ought to run the country. Times is read by people who actually do run the country. The Daily Mail is read by the wives of the people who run the country. The Financial Times is read by the people who own the country. The Morning Star is read by the people who think the country ought to be run by another country. And the Daily Telegraph is read by people who think it is."
Prime Minister, what
So
about
Humphrey
the people who read the Sun?
What about people who read the Sun? Sun readers don't care who runs the country as long as she's got big tits. I know that's misogynistic, but I just love that one too.
That's facts right there.
But I just love that, and it's just so beautifully done. And yeah, I'm only going to be talking about Yes Minister today because it is such a good show. I can only recommend to people who haven't seen it. It is really worth it. It really, truly is. Like I say, some of it is slightly dated now, but the show is now, nearly 40 years old? 40 years old. So you'd expect that some things are going to be a little dated now, but
however, some of them are surprisingly apt when referred
no, it's true.
Are members of government.
Yes, but
there's one quote from Dorothy Wainwright, and she's talking about Desmond Glazebrook at the time, but you tell me who it's about. He's too stupid to know whether he's honest or not.
Would you be referring to our erstwhile Prime Minister, by any chance?
Your guess is as good as mine, Tom.
Yeah, true.
Can I just say,
Go on, Ben.
I mean, I feel a bit old now. You know, the 80s, this decade, as we go through, everything's going to be 40 years old.
Yep.
That is terrifying.
It is terrifying. It makes us realise just how old we're getting.
Back to the Future, all that. 40 years old.
Oh, shut up.
Tom's like, don't say anything else. Stop it.
Shut the fuck up. No, I'm joking.
I'm looking forward to it for the obvious reason.
Which obvious reason is that? Because my mind is obviously gone.
I'm getting closer to the answer.
This is true.
Go on, Dan. That was
three and a
nice.
half away from
That was nice.
3.5 years away from that. Yeah.
Wait, Dan said that. I'm looking close to the answer.
Lovely.
That was dope.
And we can all be smug pricks and go to younger generation. You know the original was better, don't you?
Well,
Yeah,
as a
except when
general
it's
rule,
not.
that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, the obvious exception of that being Charmed, because all versions are shite. But
Oh my days, Charmed, the OG is the best. There's no question. There's no question.
Isn't the obvious version of that Ivan Yankum?
Yeah.
And, right, so the last thing I'm going to say on Yes Minister is it's the interplay of the three main characters is what makes it so brilliant, and the writing is genius. Go and watch it; it's so worth it.
Watch it, guys. Watch it.
Cool. I was going to talk. Actually, that reminds me. On my list is the Peter Capaldi BBC Two comedy political thing. I can't remember the name.
The
of
Thick of It.
Yes, I'm going to talk about
Christ
that.
on a bendy bus stop being such a fucking
fat farce. Face like Doc Cotton licking piss
I
off.
know Dan's not actually going at me. That's an actual quote.
That's an actual quote. I'm going to bring up Doctor Who here. I really wanted, because obviously he played a spin doctor in The Thick of It. I really wanted Peter Capaldi's last words as the Doctor to be "fuckety bye."
Oh
I remember there was a really good video on Peter Capaldi. Someone did a really funny YouTube clip when what was it? They somehow managed to get audio from The Thick of It, and the Daleks turn up, and all you hear is fuck off, you metal bastards," or something. It was really.
Please stop with the accent. I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
Yeah, it was really funny, and I just wish Malcolm Tucker was the Doctor. That would have been.
That would have been cool.
It's time to move on to the email, Tom.
What the hell accent was that supposed to be?
That was horrible.
I think that's his original accent. That's the one he's trying to
You
hide.
know what? I think people are going to end up emailing me if I'm not careful. Ben, can you do this accent? And then we are going to get into trouble.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to that question is quite obviously no.
Don't do
no matter
that.
No matter what you ask for.
And please don't send that letter, because we will get. Oh God, we will. I don't know what will happen if I start doing accents. So anyway,
we can mute you on this, right?
Yeah. And that will be the good punchline. And beep, 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 beep. Like a roadrunner. Right. So, Tom, email from Sheila from Australia.
All righty.
Yeah. Sheila. No, I'm not going to do it. Don't do it.
Don't.
Yeah. So, Sheila, obviously a very popular name in Australia. I'm not going to make any jokes.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's got a question for Tom. Tom, I need your help. Big fan of the podcast. Tom is normally the crime guy, which is established. That's fine. If I wanted to kill my husband, how would you think is the best way to do it?
Oh, damn.
Frozen like a lamb.
What?
Well, there's plenty of different ways to do it.
What's the
I don't
quickest
know.
way?
I've always been kind of a fan of sort of the acid bath kind of thing.
Wait. Disclaimer, guys. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Opinions of
I'm
both.
not in any way
Tom
suggesting
Hill.
that you should kill anybody.
Not Scottish syndrome.
Yes, this is my personal opinion. I have never tried to plan to kill anybody, but I think if I was trying to dispose of a body,
crime stories.
if I were trying to dispose of a body, I think the acid bath would be the one I'd go with.
Why?
Well, because that's your best chance of getting rid of any evidence, and then just tidying up after yourself properly. In terms of the actual killing somebody, I'm not going to make any suggestions as to how you do that. There are plenty of ways that you could. and I don't want to put any further thoughts in your head.
We like
Television. The answer to this is bad television.
For those of you who don't know, Dan has been quoting quite regularly Boondock Saints throughout this episode.
Yeah, I can tell.
Someone mentioned Norman Reedus. I had to.
Well, yeah, I
thought
mentioned
he was
Norman Reedus because we were
having a
talking about The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking
I
Dead.
thought he was having a turn. Exactly. That's good. I'm glad to hear that he's good. That's good. Okay.
So how would the rest of you do that? I'm intrigued now to know
Oh,
what
damn.
the rest of you would do.
I would
Go on.
just set fire to a house,
Oh,
you
damn.
know, or just nuclear bomb the entire town just to be safe.
That's a slightly extreme. That really is the nuclear option.
Airstrike. Okay.
Take them out. Make sure there's no one that you know inside the area. If not, just nuclear bomb the fuckers. Done.
If there was
People
someone that
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that Sheila from Australia doesn't have access to nuclear weapons.
Just go to an air hangar somewhere.
But you did ask how I would do it. So...
Yeah, no, fair enough. But seeing as this was posed by somebody, I think
hang on,
we have to have a
hang
slight
on,
level of...
hang on. Wait. Ben, you have access to nuclear weaponry.
And it's a miracle we're still here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's scary, the idea of Ben having nuclear weapons or that Donald Trump had the button for Phil.
Oh, no. I'm more scared of Ben having that, bro.
Yeah, no. Actually, yeah.
Oddly enough, I feel more comfortable with Ben's responsibility.
Oh, no, man. It's risky. It's risky.
I will take that
better
as
the
a
devil you know. You know what I mean?
I will take that as a compliment.
Go on, Ben. Take it. Compliment. Take it.
Sorry.
So
I have to say, like, if I needed someone dead that badly, then I don't think getting away with it would be on my mind. I think I would take a baseball bat to the streets.
However,
Damn.
this person obviously has thought about it because they're asking for advice on how to do it. So they're not. This is not a rash maneuver that they're going for.
or just get a divorce.
Well,
that's
what she asked.
Premeditated murder. No, thank you, not me.
Or just shag his brother or his sister if you want to go the other way. Just do something. Or just rail his dad. Whatever you got to do.
Yes, thank you, Ben, for giving us all of the other options.
I mean, was there a prenup? Because if there wasn't,
God, what is it? John Cena time? Pre-net? With all the Nikki Bella thing. Alright. Troy, how would you do it?
now we've mentioned everything now: anime, wrestling, and Doctor Who.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And Charmed. Oh, God, we've hit all the first.
Pro charming. There we go.
Grand Slam champions again.
Troy, if you were to murder me, how would you murder me?
I'm not going to say the murder part because I'm not going to do that because I'm a savage, so I ain't going to do that. I'm just going to say how to get rid of the body. Maybe I'll do that. I'm with Tom on that one. The acid, I'll go that way.
Yeah.
The easiest way possible, yeah.
A way that you've got half a chance of getting away with it,
Yeah. Or furnace as well. That's another one.
Furnace is a good shout, yeah.
Yeah, or because now we have to wear masks. I just walk in the front door, machete you to death.
Oh,
Just smile at your neighbours as you're in a bag.
Of the four of us, though, only one of us has our actual body registers as a weapon.
Yes,
exactly.
that is true.
I'm a martial artist as well, so I'll say that.
Oh no, Troy is also.
Oh, two of us then. Two of us. Tom and Troy.
Two of us technically have to be quite careful if we were to get into a fight with anybody. Yes.
I'm very handy with a fucking baseball bat, so
Yeah, me too, Ben. Me too. I grew up in Belfast.
No, but I would then.
What was that thing you used to do? The largest importers of baseball bats in the world.
Yeah, no baseballs, no caps, just the bats. No gloves, no paraphernalia of any sort. But the bats, other than Japan and America, this is literally a fact. During a certain point in history, Northern Ireland was the largest importer of baseball bats outside of America and Japan.
Damn.
That should be on the tourist board. Come get your head kicked here with some baseball bats.
I mean, that in Belfast, they have a hotel called the Europa Hotel, which proudly displays a plaque that says it's the most bombed hotel in Europe.
True.
Wow. So I was going to say something before Dan cut me off.
Oops, sorry.
I was going to make a point. No, that's okay. I'm not angry. It's fine.
Go on.
I was making a point about machete and then going past the neighbours with the bin bag going, good morning, and then putting it in the bin and walking away.
Oh my, this guy, bro.
But yeah.
Oh, quick story. I don't think I've ever told this story before, but my brother and I once scared the living shit out of our neighbours.
Yeah.
My mum brought home an entire deer and we skinned it and chopped it up to put into the freezer. And then we put it into a bed sheet and took it out to the bins to throw away. And literally, I had one end of the deer, my brother had the other. It was wrapped in a white bed sheet covered in blood. And the two of us walked out as our neighbour walked past me, evening, and just threw this thing in the skip and walked away again. And my brother then turns to our neighbour last week and goes, "You haven't seen our dad anyway. He's been missing for a couple of days," and just walked off.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, happy
I'm
days.
sorry, evil cackle time.
Yeah.
There was one time we pretended my friend wanted to throttle someone that his girlfriend had been cheated on, so we decided to put a dummy under his bed, and basically said, "Oh, we pretended we invited him over," and he saw the dummy. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I can't even remember what I was trying to say. Basically, we faked a dummy under the bed just with blood on it, and he thought we had killed someone. We went, "Yeah, we've just killed someone for you," but no. See, it doesn't sound like a good story.
But Sheila, don't use any of our things. I'll just saying stuff for the sake of saying stuff. Please, disclaimer myself.
That just.
What's happened to this?
Yeah, but why, Sheila? Don't kill your husband.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't do it.
Don't kill your husband, right? Just spread all the rumors you like.
Yeah, I just watch a lot of movies. So don't worry about it. I just watch a lot of movies. That's all.
Okay. Also, Timothy, I don't know if it's Tom, wants to know where are you from? You don't say where you're from, so you're from the planet Earth. I'll just go be safe and say you're from Earth. Brilliant. What's the
Timothy from the moon.
Somebody obviously has sent this a week ago because Smug Mode is back now. We're back on schedule. Got it back up and running. We do apologise.
Technical difficulty.
We're on top of that now.
Yeah,
And
technical pandemic, world going crazy difficulties.
He does say in quotation marks, so is it because Kachansky's turning up? That is the joke. That might have been part of the reason.
We can confirm that played a part.
Yeah, definitely Chris Barry leaving us. We had to go into mourning for a month. So, right, that's that is me. That is us done. Is it? Is there anything else?
No, does it?
Not that I can think of.
Just the last part of the podcast disclaimer. That's all. Yeah.
The opinions of Brent Gilman.
Yeah.
No, in no way are any of us advocating that you do harm upon another human.
Exactly. Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form. We talk about fictional violence all the time. When we're discussing violence, it's definitely fictional, hypothetical violence.
Yeah.
And in no way should you ever raise a hand to someone else unless it's in self-defense.
No.
Also, yeah, keep emailing us. We love them.
Yeah.
They're awesome, fantastic. Just keep going. And I think our next one's going to be a focused show. Is it, Ben?
No, we will be doing the next special is early May, Japanese anime special. We've done a lot of specials recently, so we are for the rest of April we're just doing normal ones. But oh yes, I see what Dan's done. Yeah, Dan and Tom are going to do a WrestleMania chat.
Oh yes,
is that what you were hinting at, Dan?
That is what I was hinting at.
Thank you. Sorry, I caught it. Well, thank God you didn't have to tell me. No, yes, Dan and Tom are going to meet up and maybe record on Monday after WrestleMania has been done, and they've decided that they're going to do a big, maybe NXT as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. As much as we can handle.
I've just finished watching night 1 of NXT Takeover, so yeah.
So good.
So good. We will talk about it off air because otherwise we'll get killed by our listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyone who is a fan of listening to the wrestling stuff, that's coming up. Keep an ear out for it.
We are trying to put it away from the podcast because
Yeah.
we have had a few people that have complained about the rest. We don't know if it's everyone, but there have been a few comments on emails that we've read
And
out.
so, out of politeness, we are trying to keep it separate.
Yeah, so Dan thought we could do something there and keep it there. And if you don't want to listen to it, then that is fine. You don't-
Absolutely. And if you're not interested in it, this is also why we're doing it separately.
Mhm.
It's to sort of spare you, and also to kind of get a gauge for how many people might be interested in a wrestling focused one.
Yes.
Yes, because
For the distant future.
yes, we literally we need to see proof of concept first. If there's an audience, then we can move on to the next stage. But we need to kind of put it out on the kitchen, put the apple pie on the kitchen window pane, and see if someone takes it. That's what we need to do.
Exactly.
It's a weird analogy, but it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah, exactly.
And then you can stick your two fingers in this hot, sticky.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay. There's a little.
So,
Oh, wait. Before you go, Tom, did you see it?
What's that?
Japan. Did you see it?
Yes, I have now caught up with New Japan.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what's happening now? Oh, New Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Just wait Tom to say it.
Wow.
Yes, I have now caught up. We will discuss it off air.
Woohoo! Yes.
Yes, we will, because my God, this is a wrestling free zone now. Right. So, it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Have a good one, everyone.
And next week, Alex has been back in the crazy house, so that will be fun, won't it? Right.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to go buy some matches.
Oh, no.
No,
I'm scared.
Opinions of Ben Gilman are not the opinions of
It's
Square
like-
Eyes
And
Syndrome.
they shetty lollipops. It's going up someone's asshole.
Oh, jeez, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Brilliant.